Good morning, second grade. Miss Fogelman here for your math lesson. All right, so we have been talking about 3D shapes and geometry. Today is our last day with that. Before we have our assessment, I did want to review with you a little bit. Our learning target is that the student will describe a 3D shape using its attributes. Remember, attributes are the things that make the shape what it is. Another word for attributes is features. Remember when we discussed the attributes of a cube and a rectangular prism. Okay, some of the vocabulary that we went over at that time was faces, edges, and vertex. So faces are the flat parts of the cube or rectangular prism. One of the faces actually has the cube's face on it. So this black piece would be one of the faces. The edges are where two faces meet. So wherever you see these black lines are the edges. And then the vertex is where these edges meet. So this would be a vertex, this would be a vertex, and so on. Okay, so those are some of the vocabulary words that we've gone over during our discussion of geometry. All right, so a cube. How many faces does a cube have? Think about that for a moment. Okay, so remember, faces are these flat parts. So there would be a face here, one. Directly across from it is the one we can't see, two. This one is three. Directly across we can't see, that's four. This is five, and the one underneath we can't see is six. So there are six faces on a cube. How many edges? Okay, so that's all these black lines you see, okay? So of course we would have these on the top, okay? So we have four on the top, four on the bottom, because they're the top and the bottom are identical, right? Then we have four here. So that's 4 plus 4 is 8, right? And then, excuse me. All right, so if we count all these edges up, okay, all around the cube. Now remember, some of these edges are used twice. So like this edge, we wouldn't have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 because this edge is used both in this top piece and this side piece. So we only count each edge one time, okay? So we have 4 on this side, 4 on the one directly across, right? Then we have these two, so that's 4, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12, because we wouldn't count this one again because it's already been counted on this side. So we're only counting each edge one time. So how many edges does a cube have? 12. How many vertices? Remember, that's these points right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep counting. 5, 6, the one in the back we can't see, 7, and the one here, 8. So there are 8 vertices. And a rectangular solid or a rectangular prism, which remember is called a rectangular prism because the ends are rectangles. How many faces does the rectangular prism have? So there's one here, one across from it, that's 2. One on the top, one on the bottom, that's 4. One on this side and one on this side, that's 6. So the cube and the rectangular prism both have the same number of faces. How many edges does it have? Again, remember, you're only counting each edge one time, even though it's technically on two different faces. So you have one here, 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 and here. That's 4. Then you have the 4 on the bottom, and then you count 5, 6, 7, and then the one in the back we can't see, 8. Keep going. If you count all of them, they end up with 12, right? Okay, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many vertices? Okay, remember the vertices are the points, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the one in the back, which is 8. So as you can see, even though a rectangular prism is a different shape than a cube, right? It's a different 3D shape. They do have the same number of faces, edges, and vertices. And I just told you how they're similar. So there is a Google form in your virtual slides that you need to take on 3D shapes. Now, before you do that, I did want to tell you that a figure, okay, is another word for a shape. So if someone says, take a look at this figure, they're talking about a shape. And I wanted to quickly watch a video about closed or open shapes. It's only about a minute long.
Open and closed shapes. Open and closed shapes. Before we can understand what a polygon is, we must understand what it means for a shape to be closed. If a shape is closed, you can take a pencil and trace it all the way around back to where you started without running into any breaks. If there is a break in the shape, that means it is not closed and is called an open shape. Let's take a look at these two shapes. The first shape is closed because you can trace the oval all the way around back to where you started without running into any breaks or openings. The second shape, however, is open because there is a break in the line. The shape is not completely closed in. Let's see what you have learned in this lesson.
If a shape is closed, you can take a pencil and trace all the way back. Whoop. Let Miss Fogelman. I didn't catch it fast enough. Okay, let me try this again.
Open and closed shapes.
Okay.
Let's see what you have learned in this lesson.
If a shape is closed, you can take a pencil and trace it all the way around back to where you started without running into any breaks. It is a closed shape. If there is a break in the shape, a place where you cannot continue your drawing around the shape, that means it is not closed and it is called an open shape, or an open shape, should I say. All right, so that is it for today. Please get that Google form finished and have a great day.